It's a cat wheel loader that I'm working on restoring the panels. It's fiberglass. Okay. These are steel. One thing at a time, you know. Corvette that I did my other video. I've washed this machine. It took me about 3 hours, maybe 4. And I got some more work to do. Pretty sure you saw the other video before. I have to go in and by hand clean the articulating hardware and framework. I'm going to end up taking this right out, the floor mat, and well, it's still a little wet. And I'm going to do some work on it with a machine that I've got and a power scrubber. I prepped the glass and I'm going to spend more time on that later. I'm going to polish all this. So I just want to give you a I've done one small section, okay, just to show you that it does work. But you don't have to buy any gimmicks. You don't have to buy anything that says, you know, white me on, we restore your color in minutes. That's all a bunch of crap. This is how you got to do this job. Depending on the severity, of course this is pretty severe. As far as oxidation, you can see the panel I just did, the little 2x2 square, versus the rest of it. Seeing is believing. I hit it with 600 first, and then I worked my way up the ladder. So, I'm going to do this right in front of you, so you can see this does work. This camera stays. Alright. Give me a minute. This isn't quite 2 by 2, but it's about 20 by 14. I'm going to totally go over this through the proper channels, and this thing is going to look like brand new, and I'm not leaving until it does. Okay. This is just a quick step back a little bit. Get you in the right light here. Wait a minute. I'm going to do this decal a little bit too. I don't know if it's going to work, but I have something else that I do with decals. Different product and a different technique. And I'm going to show you that if I can remember. So that's how it's done. And this is a 2003. It's got 15,000 hours on it. Original owner. One owner. And you know, the sun gets to them and they oxidize. And I can't wait to show you what I do with this Lexan glass or whatever it is. That's going to shine up. You're going to see that. I've prepped the glass. It's pretty clean. But I polish it myself. And I do it all by hand. Well, machine, and then, you know. It's still streaky because I just roughed it in. But you're going to see this machine look really, really shiny. Anything that I can shine will be shined. That's the objective here. So that's how you do it. If anybody tells you that you can't do it, you know, here it is. And I can do this on marine, on boats too. I've done this on boats before. It's a pain in the ass, but it works. So you don't have to go buying all kinds of aftermarket gimmicks at the RV store or the heavy equipment store. Because the shit they sell just doesn't work, it doesn't last. If it does make it shiny, it's gone by the morning. It sucks again as soon as it hits the sun. But this is how you really do it. I use I do 95% of my polish work with a rotary buffer. I stay with a rotary buffer pretty much all the time. And I prefer these 4-inch pads to do stuff like this because I have a lot more control over the machine with a 4-inch pad. And I think anything bigger is overkill and it ends up just getting in the way. So if you really want to have nice control of your machine and maneuver it without burning anything or whatever, I don't recommend anything bigger than a 4-inch if you're working with small panels. I mean, yeah, the old school way, you'd put on a foam pad and you cut it to death and scratch the shit out of it and then bring it back, you know, but I don't do it that way because I think it's a waste of time, and I think you waste too much time trying to achieve the same goal that you can achieve by just doing it the right way with, you know, I wet sand it. I think I started with 600 in this case. Yeah, I did. I started with 600. Okay. And then I worked my way up. I jumped right from 600 to 1,000. Alright. And then I finished off with 2,000. And then I hit it with a compound. As a matter of fact, I usually use something more aggressive, but I thought that I could get away with it if I did enough preparation work, and I did. I used leveling cream. It's actually a compound. It's a product called HD Cut by 3D HD Products. And I do like this product. I used it on the 71 Stingray that's on my channel that I did right in front of this loader. And you have to wash your pads every panel, even with this stuff. I've already washed it once on a 2x2 area, and I'm gonna wash that again right now before I do anything else. So in case you were ever wondering how to, if you could detail a piece of heavy equipment, I guess you can, because I'm doing it. And this machine's going to take me about, I'm going to take my time with it. I'm going to take about a week to do this machine. It's a Cat 902. I like this machine. I just drove it in here. I washed it out there on the pad, and I drove it in the garage. And this thing is nice and tight. It's been really taken care of. I really took my time washing it. That's the articulation frame pivot. I gotta do some more hand wiping. But if you look at the, this frame, I gotta do some work here. These are rust runs, but I know this will polish out with something else that I've got. Now this is steel. This is going to be a different ball game. Thanks for watching. I'll try to keep you updated on some footage as I do different things. I don't know if you can hear that. It's this side. It's this side. This side. And that's just, minutes. I'm going to polish this thing until the moon comes down, because I want to do a nice job on this thing.